Welcome back to the basement dwellers. Welcome back to what we do in the basement. I am your host and DM, Kevin Rambaran. As always, I am joined by
Thomas. Hello, I play Anus Dweezil, and I am coming to you this week because it's Valentine's Day from the City of Love. That's right. An unincorporated community in Butler County, Kentucky. Love City. That's where I am recording, and it's finger-licking good here. Oh, baby. Yum, yum chicken.
Oh, my God.
Oh, I didn't mean that. I mean the chicken. Jeez, you guys.
Yeah, it's the chicken. Is this a real place?
It is. I looked it up on Wikipedia.
Oh, no.
And also, I live here now.
Right, of course.
Oh, please. Jesse, please introduce yourself and
Right.
stop this.
I'm Jesse Bergen. I play old McGinty, a pastry chef whose bread and butter is his bread and butter.
Damn you. I guess we can kick it over to Luke.
Hi, folks. I'm Luke. I play Frank, the Bloodpath Abomination, and just chasing down this rice tattoo conspiracy, which is more important than literally anything else that's happening.
That feels good to hear. Let's take it over to Tash.
Natasha Durand, who plays Riel Nilo, wearing the face that she keeps in a jar by the door. Who is it for? Felina, who may be a possible cat person.
I don't know what song that was.
Eleanor Rigby, you heathen.
Oh, I'm
Riel Nilo.
Oh, man, I could have added picks up the rice in the church where a wedding has been, and then that. Anyway, yeah, conspiracy.
Yeah. We don't need to keep talking about that. I have one piece of news I wanted to share with everybody on record. I got a Shamrock Shake today, and it was really disappointing.
That sucks.
It's not even March.
Yeah,
I mean, I feel like
I
that's
mean,
I
that's
like
probably-
to say.
They also said we don't have that here. Do you want a
yeah,
chocolate
that's
shake
for St.
instead? And I
Patrick's
said
Day.
yes.
And today's Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
No, they legitimately had it for
Roman.
sale. That's what I thought was weird, is that it was on the menu. So I was like, yeah, I'm going to get a Shamrock Shake, but it was disappointing.
That's what I
It
call
wasn't very
the
good.
fuck of the Irish.
All right. Let's dive right into a recap, shall we? Last episode, our fearsome foursome had just defeated the vile barber and his friend White Eyes in the underground section of the graveyard and decided to head to the library to get more information on the question mark-shaped F symbol on the wall. You approached the library as the torches were being put out and the librarian, Felina, was locking up shop. Old McGinty tried to buddy up to her by using the connection that he had with her and his wife. Anus tried to hide from a strong, aging woman, and Felina was not willing to let any of you in. Despite McGinty's suggestion of coming back when the library was open the next day, Rael stepped away from the discussion, disguised herself as the now sort of defunct and useless mayor of Willowhelm,
As you
Jared
do.
Catolan. Yeah, of course, as you do. Rael, as the mayor, demanded a nighttime story and was allowed to enter alone with a convincing impersonation. As Rael searched for any book that could help identify the symbol, Frank offered a peaceful handshake to Felina and decided to try and pull up her sleeve and check for a rice tattoo. Felina didn't take kindly to this, and things got heated. Anus and Frank tried desperately to put the woman to sleep while McGinty intervened and attempted to defuse the situation. Rael reviewed a copy of Goldilocks and the Three Bears, and Anus struggled to use the chain of regain by rhyming home with home. You eventually disengaged and Felina kicked Rael out, but not before Rael could grab Jagar's tome of sigils and houses. You decided to check out the Church of Raspian before you left that area, where you met Euron the priest and Thistle his little dog. Euron offered you a room to rest, and everyone decided to stay except for old McGinty, who was too whipped to stay with the gang and went home to his wife. telling you to meet up with him the next day.
Sorry, I'm the only one in a stable relationship.
You have your own business, you have a home, you have your own car. You're doing great.
My own car.
You have everything.
Yeah, and yet I have the freedom, baby. And sleep out in a church with my boys.
And lady.
And a dead imp. Frank took some time in the confessional alone, and then everybody bedded down for the night. The next day, as Jacob, old McGinty's new delivery driver, neared the town, the carriage halted with you three inside, and you looked out of the windows to see what was blocking the road. A massive giant lay across the road, its legs lying in the remains of a building along the town wall to the left, and its shoulders disappearing into the thick forest and rocks to the right, and that is where we are right now. Except old McGinty. Now, McGinty, you decided to spend the evening with your wife.
Weird choice, I know.
Yeah, like an insane person. And you two shared a lovely night together.
Wait, tell us.
What was that about?
I wish I could, but I only channel McGinty when he wants me to.
The gentleman never tells, right,
Yeah,
McGinty?
Exactly.
And neither does McGinty.
That general woman's hat.
Let's just say that general's hat got a workout.
Yeah, it's hanging on the bedpost.
A few more stuffed pastries in the shelf this morning.
Oh, hey-oh.
It's a new day. McGinty, you open your eyes to the smell of coffee and the sound of Harriet bustling about. She pokes her head in and puts a cup of coffee on the nightstand and says, Ernest, you'll have to get up soon, please. And she kind of like points to outside the window, and you'll see that it's actually lined up outside. And you realize that those coupons you gave out, well, they expire today. And you've got a lot of free butter tarts that you're going to have to make.
There you go. You're getting punished for leaving us.
Now, here's how this is going to work,
is
okay?
crueler?
Oh, that's good. Very good. Hold on, let's appreciate that.
I'm so
All right.
upset. Let's cut. We're gonna
cut away from McGinty.
We're gonna cut away from McGinty's problem to establish what's going on with our folks at the crossroads. So you guys are here. There's a giant in the middle of the road. Its back is to you. There's a large wall to the main portion of the town to the left of the road, and to the right is a dense forest with some steep rocks. You don't think you guys are going to be able to get around this. What do you guys do?
Is it breathing? Like, is it alive or is it dead? Do we know?
I would say you can't check. You wouldn't be able to tell from where you are.
Okay.
You'd have to.
Does it look like Bum?
I
think
like
that was the name of the last giant. His name was Bum.
That was a
Bum,
half giant.
Bum is a
wasn't it?
half giant.
My
actually.
mistake.
So
Yeah.
is a full giant twice as large as a half giant, or how does that work?
There are a variety of sizes of giants. Half giants are not literally half the size.
Okay.
They are, like, genetically speaking, half. In the same way that Anus is a half elf.
Right.
He's not like half, because giants are a
So
race,
this
right?
giant is way bigger than the giant we encountered earlier.
Yes, quite a bit larger.
Okay.
Yeah, not like, I mean, Bum was also quite big. So
Yeah.
I like big bums.
Cannot lie. I think I'm gonna use primeval awareness to check to see if there's anything other than the giant around that we should maybe be aware of, if that's possible. So that's up to like 6 miles. Is there any like knolls or anything of the such within 6 miles of where we are?
Rail, the primeval awareness shows you that like there's no there doesn't seem to be anything that would be like particularly unusual or threatening nearby. Within like a close radius. Obviously, like you're getting pings of different activity of different creatures in different places that far away from you. But there's nothing that seems to be like in the direct. Something you don't get the sense you're probably going to be encountering anybody in the near future coming across this beyond just like general people being, like the town is not that far away, so you can pick up that there's all sorts of stuff going on there. But yeah.
Okay.
Anus finding that out is sort of like, it appears that perhaps this giant is in danger or even hurt. Maybe we should see if it's okay.
Noose, that's a great idea. I think this calls for a 3-person CPR.
Well, I'll work the lungs.
I'll jump on the other lung. No, I'll jump on the heart. There we go.
I'll supervise.
Okay. And break.
Okay, we're gonna cut back to McGinty. So the way this is gonna work, I'm gonna get you guys, McGinty. This is gonna be a little bit of a profit-making sort of excursion for you.
That was the idea.
Yes, exactly. Essentially, you're gonna have to make some butter tarts because the promo you're running is to give away free butter tarts. You're hoping they're gonna purchase something else when they come out.
Right.
Okay, so
McGinty's regretting this business model already. Like it should have been like 50% off or something.
Sure. Yeah, exactly. Like it's already yeah. Harriet sweet talked you into it. It's a little too giving. But you think you're going to need about 4 batches of butter tarts to really maximize this. And so I'm going to get you to do a couple of things to try and make each batch of butter tarts. If you get all 4 successfully made, every time you get one successfully made, you get to roll a D10 and you'll get that in gold.
Great.
So,
one question: how much is in a batch?
How much is in a batch?
Yeah.
We'll say 24.
Okay.
And
so you're
how
just trying to
many
make
miles is that?
For those of you who won't hear the middle of the pod we just cut out,
Yep.
we had a
That
nice
was a
long
reference.
conversation about distance.
It was a reference
where
to
it
something
was
that
nice
wasn't
and
on air.
Yeah, and it was embarrassing for me, so I'm glad that Lucas brought it back up.
So, speaking of measurements, I just want to say that a baker's dozen is
frick.
13 and a McGinty's dozen is 11.
Yes, of course it is. Of course it is. So let's say that each batch is 22 then. Each batch is two McGinty's dozen.
This batch has 22 cronuts.
Yeah, exactly. So there are essentially going to be 3 steps to making these butter tarts. You're going to prepare and shape the dough, then you're going to prepare the filling, and then you're going to combine the two and bake them. The way that we're going to do this is that I'm going to get you to roll a D20 to make the dough, and then you're going to roll a D10 to see the range of wiggle room that you have to hit the next D20. So let's say that you roll a 10 on your first D20, and then you get a 2 on your D10. That means that you can either get between 8 and 12 on your next D20 to successfully complete the next step of baking. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So, and then we're going to do that one more time to finish it. So that there's yeah. Okay.
While Jesse is rolling, I just want to say my joke a second time, but a little better. This flour makes 22 biscuits. So it's kind of closer to the reference.
Right. This hour has 22.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, I didn't even get it.
Yeah,
first time.
see, I thought maybe it would help, but the second time people also didn't get it.
This flour is 22 biscuits.
Yeah. Maybe if you come back, if you circle back,
I'm going to
for a
keep
third
workshopping
time.
it for the rest of the episode. Yeah.
Workshop it. Yeah.
Starring Ricotta Moranis. No, it's not the right Rick. Shoot.
It's not the right cheese.
Mercer.
Rick
I couldn't
Mercer.
think of Mercer.
Yeah.
Ricotta Mercer.
Okay.
Okay, so McGinty, Harriet looks at you and she says, can you please help me out here?
Yes.
I'll focus on the rest of the bakery. You get this going. So please roll me a D20. Let's see how that first set of dough comes out.
God, I didn't think they'd actually use the coupons. I do have proficiency with baking tools. It's built into my background. So can I add my proficiency to the roll?
Yes.
Okay, so this is to prepare the dough?
Yes.
All right, McGinty, you've done this 1,000 times. A natural 1. I am like so stiff and sore from last night that I'm still asleep. So that's a 3.
Oh, no.
Oh, this is so bad.
Oh, McGinty, you sad man. Okay, well, if you get a strong D10, that might be helpful. So throw your D10, let's see what happens.
I got a 3 on a D10.
So you've got 3 spaces of wiggle room, so you can get anything from a 0 to a 6 on your next D20 roll to successfully complete batch 1. Just not that much wiggle room. Wow. All right. I thought this would be an easier.
Yeah, well, I rolled a 1. What are you gonna do, man?
That's true.
Oh, I'm still
That's
waking
true.
up. And he's kind of grumpy. Like, he doesn't he likes making money, but he doesn't really like dealing with customers. So it's kind
Sure.
of a weird push and pull thing for him.
Harriet sort of peeks her head in and she's like, is everything going okay there, sweetie?
Yeah, no, I'm just trying to remember how to make food.
Okay. She like turns away.
Just
and
keep
goes
them
back
happy. Keep them happy.
All right, Jesse, you gotta give me a d20 and see if you hit between 0 and 6.
I have to roll low.
Yes, I'll say that because of your proficiency with baking, you're allowed to remove 2 from your roll as well.
Okay, so this is like, okay, I am good at rolling low, so this is great.
Yeah.
I rolled a 6, so -2.
Oh,
4.
yeah. So you you actually prepare some pretty solid filling. You somehow managed to get the right amount of filling.
I did so badly, it worked out for me.
You've created a whole new kind of like butter tart. Like it's missing an ingredient, but it's somehow
It's like an
better.
upside down butter tart.
Yeah, yeah.
It's got cream around the edge and then dough in the middle.
Yeah, it's the outside is the tart filling.
You get what you pay for with a free coupon.
Roll a d10 to see the range for your last. See if you can bake them together.
All right. 1.
No.
So bad.
You sure you're a baker?
So now you're between a 3 and a 5. You have to hit a 3 and a 5.
The bakery's a front. The bakery's a front.
You know, I'm usually very good at this, but I'm just
This is nuts.
I haven't fought a lot of monsters usually, so I'm really sore. I rolled a 12, so
So your first batch does not go so well. Okay. Harriet sees you kind of burning the batch. She kind of like comes over and helps you out. We're going to cut back
Thanks, honey.
to our giant resuscitation party. So folks, what exactly is it that you guys are going to do?
Well, I think as we approach, before we do anything, we should see what the situation is, see if this giant is alive, and if anyone's around to explain things to us.
Everybody give me investigation checks, please.
Frank gets a 19.
I got a
10 for real.
I only got a 4.
Frank, you notice, as you guys are sort of like quickly inspecting things and things like that, you do notice that the giant does seem to be breathing. So you can tell that he is alive. You can't see the head or the face of the giant that clearly because its head is sort of in the bushes, which you could access, but its face is not towards you guys. So that's sort of the situation right now. It does seem to be like knocked out cold, not waking up, fast asleep kind of situation here. Unless something dire were to happen to it, perhaps.
Does it look armed? Like, is it wearing any kind of armor or holding weapons of any kind?
Yeah, it has a large sort of like club at its side. You can sort of see part of it peeking out above its shoulder, kind of. But you like it's sort of clutching it to its chest, it would seem. However, Anus, what was it that you rolled on your investigation check?
Only a 4.
Okay, can you please roll me a d6?
Ready?
You're gonna get hurt.
While that's happening, I looked at Frank.
I got a 3.
3. Okay, so Anus, as you're like stumbling around, like trying to see what's going on, you accidentally like kind of step on a soft part of this giant's like body that's kind of just laying there. You know, you're maybe clambering around the neck, and you kind of like step on a skin fold, and you feel like all of you feel like a big groan, and it kind of shake a little bit. And yeah.
Are there no other people around?
No, there's nobody else around.
Okay, folks, I'm going to try to keep my voice down a little bit. It seems like this giant is alive, maybe, currently unconscious, but I think that we should try to get past it without disturbing it too much. I wouldn't want to start a fight that we can't finish, if you know what I mean.
That doesn't sound like
Agreed.
us. Well, we go after every fight we can find.
You can see that Jacob looks really nervous as he hears you say that, and is like, I really don't want us to fight a giant.
Well, look, if it were just the three of us, I might agree with you, but because Jacob is here and he hasn't really given his consent to be in any kind of mortal danger, perhaps we should try not to use combat and rather use our peace skills to pass through without
Frank is going to put his hand on Jacob's shoulder and go, all right, boy, what's your backstory? What you got?
I don't know if this is the time for this.
I think it's important that we know and understand each other, and I think we just need to understand you a little bit better before we potentially fight this big guy.
Okay. As he's talking,
Jacob,
I would like to look around and see if there's any way around the giant, or if it's completely blocking everything. Like on foot, I guess, if we could walk around it safely.
Sure. Are you trying to do it quietly, or are you just gonna?
Yeah, I'll stealth it.
Sure, give me a stealth check.
I have bad stealth because of my chainmail. And I get disadvantage. Okay,
Yeah.
I only got an 8.
Okay. Roll me another d6, please.
That is a
And
6.
Anus is not allowed to do stuff anymore.
You rolled a 6? Yep. Okay, sure thing. So Anus is like clanging around. Anus, you can see that, unfortunately for you, exactly where this giant's head lands, there's sort of like a large incline of rocks and trees. It really looks like this is kind of, you're going to either have to, go around, over it or through it. It kind of feels like those are your sort of options. We cut back to the bakery. McGinty, let's make another batch of butter tarts, shall we?
Okay, here we go. First one always comes out weird. It's like making pancakes. Just gonna have to try again. D20?
Yes, please.
That's a 4. Plus 2 is a 6. I might as well just be rolling a D6.
Okay, roll the D10. Let's take a look at your range. Because if you hit a high range, you'll still be all right.
I'm sure I'm going to.
Yeah.
5.
5. Okay. So you're between 1 and 11, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
This
1 and
batch
11.
is, I can feel it. This is gonna be a good batch.
Yeah, you just have to do a regular DC 10 fail. That's all.
I literally do this every day. I rolled a 17. Okay. Well,
Oh, no.
they can't all be winners. None of them can be winners.
There goes that batch. Harriet peeks her head and she's like, we could open a half hour later and I could help you out if you'd like.
I think these people would be pretty ticked off if they didn't get their tarts right now.
Okay, honey.
I can do it. I can do it. One more time. Just give me one more try.
Yeah, all right, go ahead. And she goes back around the corner. We'll get you to start a whole new batch, I guess.
In McGinty's head,
yeah,
he's thinking ever since I've started fighting again and killing, maybe I'm losing my ability to bake. This is really
both.
throwing him.
Yeah.
This is really throwing him. This is unusual.
Okay. All right.
Okay, that's a 16.
A 16, that's really strong. Let's see the range on that.
Okay. I rolled a 2, so not great.
So you've got between a 14 and an 18.
Oh, dang. That's a very narrow window. All right, McGinty. I'm actually going to look at a recipe now. What's the recipe?
Okay.
5.
But because you looked at a recipe, McGinty, roll it with advantage. Roll again.
Okay, great. That was the wrong recipe. Let's the right recipe.
Oh, no.
16, baby.
Oh, there it is. The recipe helps out. Okay, what's the range on your next roll to finish this
All right.
thing off? I did not expect this to be so hard.
So hard. 2. Got a range of 2.
Okay, 2 out of 16. That gets 14 and 18 again. What do you got?
This is... Okay, great.
What do you got?
17, but you said
Hey!
I could minus my proficiency, so I will minus it to a 15.
You're still good either way. Yeah, either way, you're good. That's one badge fully made properly as well. So there you go.
This is the whole
Yeah,
premise
there you
of,
go.
I think, like Paper Mario, really.
Yeah, this is a Paper Mario minigame. McGinty
This is
stumbles,
overcooked the podcast.
He stumbles out to the front, and there's like behind him in the kitchen. There's like trays and trays of burned, disastrous butter tarts.
Yeah.
And he just
There's a McGinty-shaped
exhausted.
splatter on
Yeah.
the wall.
He's exhausted. Just throws the butter tarts on the counter and goes, "Take your butter tarts, you disgusting cretins, and get out of here." He's so pissed off. Just get out of my sight. Take your tarts. Give me your coupons. One use only.
I also had one more batch for you.
Okay, wait. Okay.
They sell out so fast. They fly off the shelves so quickly. You've got to make more. We cut back to the Giants and our other trio of compadres. What are you guys doing?
All right, so here's what I think you should do, Anus. I've tied my rope to this big log. You gotta huck it over the giant's neck, and then we're gonna, like, swing on the edge as long as his neck can support our weight.
Geez, you think we
Okay.
should start with the neck, huh?
Oh yeah, that, like, his head's on the edge, his neck is like a nice fulcrum of sorts. I think it's a good.
That's a real cool idea.
It just seems like if I fail even a little bit, it's going to not only wake him, but enrage him.
You guys see in the background, Jacob is like laying on the top of the carriage, talking out loud, thinking that Frank is still beside him, telling his backstory, but no one is listening because you guys are off to the side. Sorry, go ahead.
Rael shoots an arrow right by his head to shut him up.
Jeez, the people
This
in
is not the time.
the people in this group sure like violence. Look, I think maybe we can use the rope without the heavy log and maybe create some kind of hook or something so it links up to a tree. On the other side, we carry over, but there's no risk of bludgeoning our friend in the road here.
How about I try scrambling the side of the giant, and then I can use the rope to help pull you up. Fair? I have good dexterity. Let me try this.
Yes, if one of us is light and stealthy, yes, please.
Well, I guess this is a
Sure.
democracy, and we're not doing the Operation Neck Rope.
Didn't you study neck rope, Nancy, at some
Neck rope, man.
Holy. That's the
I know
name
this
of
is
the
an audio
episode.
medium, but my head is in my hand.
That's the name,
Neck
that's
rope,
the name of the
Mancy?
episode.
That's the name. Neck rope. All right, so you guys are.
So I agree that Rael should maybe climb over sneakily and pull us to the other side, or hold something secure once she gets there.
Jacob's like, for what it's worth, I also agree with that idea. If
As
I
he's side-eyeing Rael, pointing an arrow right at him.
yeah, I also agree with that idea. Please don't kill me.
Well, it looks like it's 3 against 1, Frank. I'm sorry.
Rael, are you really sorry? Or are you just saying that?
And she's already started to climb the giant.
Please give me a stealth check.
I only got an 8.
Please roll me a d6.
1.
Okay. That's just that you weren't sneaky about it. Let's get an acrobatic or athletics check, whichever you prefer, to see
athletics.
if you actually make it up there.
Well, that would be a 13.
Hey, you make it to the top of the side of the giant.
Oh my god.
The rope. Yeah.
But what happens?
Nothing. You're sitting on top of him. It's like you can hear it, like, you know, you can feel it rumbling beneath your steps and your as you're climbing it. You know, this is a big living thing you're on.
Thank God. That was harder than I thought it was going to be, but I made it. I will throw down the rope. I'm saying this whispering, by the way. Stage whispering, like.
As you're whispering
Sotto
it,
voce.
Frank sends you a telepathic message.
Oh, fuck. Oh, God damn it.
And it's no words, it's just him nodding in the message.
I also send a telepathic message, which is perhaps you should climb down the other side and secure the rope to something, and then you don't have to be in the midst of the danger.
Through true unity, Rael's like, good idea. Will do.
All right,
Thanks
so
for
you're
not
gonna
making
climb
fun
down
of me
the
for whispering.
Are you going to climb
Super
down the other
embarrassed
side,
now.
Rael?
Yeah, I will.
Okay, so you're going to do that. Just give me a stealth check. I don't think I need a dex check to see if you can jump off of the side. I think you'll be able to make the landing.
Oh my god. So that is a 7.
7. Okay, roll me a d6, please.
Thanks. 6.
Okay. We're gonna cut over to McGinty again.
Oh no!
Oh no, it's
McGinty,
right.
you're back in the kitchen. Pots and pans are everywhere.
I have
One
my
more
true
batch of-
unity turned off, so I have no idea what they're doing, which I believe I said last episode, actually. Right, so I'm making a 4th batch.
You sure are.
God, why did I choose to
4th
do
and
this for a
final.
living? Okay, D20, here we go.
Did the first batch work? I can't remember.
No,
I think it did.
First 2 batches failed, 3rd batch worked.
I know the second batch failed. I think didn't the first one work?
Yeah, I think you saved it.
Yep.
But
I
it
think
was
you
like
saved
inverse.
it at the end. You
yeah.
you lucky.
Because you had to roll
got
low.
lucky.
You had to roll between 0 and 6, and you did.
I got
Yeah.
that, but then I failed the next roll,
Oh.
Yes.
which was to
Oh.
complete it.
Which is why it was inside out.
Oh,
Yes. I've only
right.
accomplished...
About rolls here or like dice? I'm just so confused.
Oh, baby.
Thomas is
What a
slobbering.
rich vein this baking is, hey? What a great character I invented. All right. That's an 11.
Okay, that's a pretty good roll. In fact, it's almost ideal. Roll your d10.
7.
Beauty.
7. Okay, so you've got. What did you roll? You rolled an
I rolled
11.
an 11, yes.
So you've got between 4
And 18.
and
18?
18. That's pretty good.
McGinty's feeling great about this batch.
Yeah, it's looking really good.
Yeah, 15.
15. He's
Got
yeah,
it.
it's looking great. Roll another d10, please.
I'm in the zone, baby. That's a 1?
Okay, now you have between 14 and 16.
I am
Sticking
out
the
of the
landing's not
zone.
McGinty's strong suit.
I am out of the zone. I got an 11 just now. Yeah,
You
just
don't
missed it.
stick the landing. But Harriet peeks her head around the corner and it's like, oh, here, let me grab that. Roll it with advantage. Give me one more roll there.
Okay, thank you,
Oh,
honey.
jeez.
God, you're saving me today.
I just want McGinty to have some success as a baker.
15. 17 minus 2.
There you go. You did it. Holy shit.
Such
So
a
you have
narrow
2 batches.
window of success. It's like 4 out of 20. It's like 105.
20%.
Yeah.
Oh.
What a wild. Well, McGinty, he's a little shaken. You're used to doing this well. But
Yeah.
you've banged out half the batches you intended to. Things are flying out and selling. McGinty, roll me 2d10. You had 2 successful batches of butter tarts. Roll me 2d10s.
Yeah.
All
This
right.
feels like I've been watching a reality TV baking show. Jeez.
Oh no. It's Orkton Ramsay, the town food critic.
Where's the Knoll sauce?
2 and an 8, so 10 total.
10 total. You get 10 gold out of that. Profit margins were not perfect,
Yeah.
but they're not
they
bad.
actually the supplies and ingredients cost me 11 gold, so McGinty's very depressed.
If you want to know the honest truth, when I was sitting down and designing this, I had like a much more complex financial system based on my own knowledge of like restaurants.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is a stupid idea. I was like, no one's going to want to hear that. So we're just going to give them gold based on dice.
How can
this
I
is
make
like-
my podcast feel like my job?
Kevin's like, I want Jesse to really empathize with what I have to go through in my restaurant. So I'm gonna make his
Yeah.
character endure what I have
Make
to.
it
Yeah.
impossible
McGinty
to
seemed
succeed
too
and
happy
make money.
as far as I was concerned.
McGinty turns to Harry and he goes, "Honey, what temperature is it outside?"
She looks at him and says, oh, it's about, I think, 10 degrees Celsius. a bit
Great.
Chilly.
McGinty claps his hands. Okay, everyone, it's too cold to be open. It's 10 degrees. We're shutting down. We're shutting down. It's too cold. Sorry about your coupons. Better luck next year.
Next
Thank
year?
you so much for coming. Yeah, it's
That's
an annual.
not-
Coupons are an annual thing for me.
You see the guy who was just about to purchase is that like wizard who gave you the lucky coin, and he's like, man.
You gotta get up pretty early, my friend.
Okay. And he like turns around and leaves. We cut back to our crossroads. Rail, you just landed on the ground. Unfortunately, I think when you landed, maybe your footing was a little off, and you kind of like had to catch.
With my patch, my depth perception was super off. And just it's an off day for everybody.
Still adjusting to the
apparently.
one eye sometimes every now and then. So you kind of like leaned on it, and suddenly you hear a really large groan as this giant rumbles and turns, and its arm moves a little, and it turns sideways. So now it's facing upwards, like it's laying on its back. But you all watch as this huge thing starts to move. The rope is staying on there where it needs to be. But you also see coming, this would be for Frank and Anus, and I guess Jacob on the other side. You'll see on the left side of the giant's mouth is, you see some like red liquid coming out, but it doesn't quite look like blood. It's almost like a deeper, darker red than what you'd maybe expect. Can I guess the two of you that are on that side of the giant maybe give me a history check or a medicine check? Whatever you prefer.
11.
13.
11 and 13. You guys don't quite understand what this is. You realize that it's not
What
blood.
about Jacob, though?
Yeah. That guy has a rich tapestry of a background that we know about.
He said
He's our stand-in now.
Used to investigate fluids professionally.
I was gonna say he was a crime scene investigator before he became a carriage driver.
Fair enough. I will let one of you on that side roll your roll with advantage. Which one of you wants to do it?
I have a pretty good bonus for medicine if it's worth
Okay.
trying. Okay.
Yeah. Then. Yeah. Roll it
Oh,
again.
it was horrible. Did not help. I got a 3. Plus 3 is 6.
Everyone's been doing so much fighting, they've forgotten everything else they've ever done in their life.
Yeah. Definitely doesn't seem like a party that just came back from the library.
I have multiple concussions.
I picked a bad time to renounce violence.
But Rael, there's also a puddle of this same stuff on the ground near where the giant's head was. If you want to go ahead and give a history or medicine check to it, you're welcome to do that as well.
I'm pretty terrible in either, so I'll try and give it a go, though. 13?
13 does not do it. It's still you can't figure out what it is either.
Would it be within reach if Frank tried to like take his finger and like grab a piece off of the giant's mouth?
Yep, you could do it within reach.
Yep,
Totally.
let's do it. Any check or just
roll? Yeah, I'm gonna need a stealth check. Yeah.
Frank, it's a 14.
A 14 does it. Go ahead and so you check it. Frank, I'll say with your knowledge of necromancy,
He puts it in his
With
mouth.
your knowledge-
He puts it
For
right
the
in his mouth.
listeners, yeah.
Oh, you put it in your mouth.
Mimed this on the pod, but you should probably
Yeah,
know.
that's why we're giggling and snickering.
I spend a lot of time when we're recording not staring at the
No,
cameras.
I
you
mean,
guys.
I think we should all
so
probably
don't-
try not to do too many visual gags.
But a few every once in a while.
Yeah.
Thomas, why ever would you suggest something like that? It's only as if.
Okay, now Luke is giving us all the finger.
Yeah, Luke, put down the weapon. No, okay. So, Luke, does Frank put it in his
Oh
mouth?
yes, Frank is a connoisseur of taste and will surely have some insight on this.
Sure. I'm gonna get you to give me a Constitution saving throw, please.
21, baby.
Jesus fucking Christ. Frank stumbles back a bit. It's heavy. You feel like something was about to like wipe you off your feet for a second there, but you catch yourself against a tree. Frank, I'll say this: when you studied things, different kinds of things at school, in terms of working on bodies and stuff like that, you would maybe understand different kinds of knockout agents, and poisons and things to a small degree. And you vaguely remember reading about a sort of potion created known as the Crimson Bloom. The Crimson Bloom is a special kind of poison, and you would remember that it would be used to like knock somebody out for a large period of time. However, it's known to be quite a potent agent, and so it's only used in particularly dire situations, and the wrong dosage of this can quite easily be fatal.
Awesome. Frank turns to Anus and Jacob. All right, boys, great news. Our big friend here is hard knocked out. He is not waking up no matter what we do. This stuff almost took me out with a sip, so this guy is he's sleeping for two, if you know what I mean.
I'm gonna get all of you to give me a perception check, please.
5.
10 for Frank.
19, Rio.
Rael, as the giant turned over, you noticed that there was a note pinned to the front of the giant's chest. Do you want to try and grab it?
Heck yes, I do.
Okay. Give me another stealth check, please.
Through true unity, he's like, hey, everyone, I found a note.
Get it.
Yeah, we're all talking now because of the poison information. Sounds good.
Because I didn't hear anyway. Yeah, this is super cool. Is Riel the new Anus? Oh no. So
every episode, someone is the new news.
So unfortunately, that is a 9. It's gonna be a 9 for me.
Okay, roll me a d6, please.
Wow, my stealth today is like McGinty's baking. 3.
All right, perfect. Okay. Are you two going to try to come over the other side of the giant? Or are you guys gonna what are you guys gonna do on your side there?
The
yes,
rope is on our side already?
It's
Yeah,
been
like you guys can
secured.
climb over. Yes.
Yeah, then I think I will attempt to get over.
Are you gonna try and be stealthy about it still? You guys are still trying to stealth your way
Yeah, I'll try my best. I don't expect to succeed.
through? Sure. Give me a stealth check
Okay.
first.
Well, my disadvantage really screwed me there. So I got a 4.
A 4. Okay. Roll me a d6, please.
Cool, of course. 3.
3. Okay. Give me a athletics check, I guess. Probably your best strength to see if you can get up there.
God damn it.
Strong boy.
9.
Unless you want to do acrobatics, but 9. Anus, you kind of slip down the rope a little. Doesn't go well. Your metal's clanging loud. It's not a great scene. Frank, how about you, bud?
Frank's about to go there, but turns to Jacob, hand on shoulder. All right, buddy. This could go poorly for us, so I need you to tell me one thing about yourself that no one else knows.
What the fuck, man? This is so unorthodox of you to ask this of me in this moment. There's a knocked out giant. I'm afraid she shot an arrow at me, and now you want me to tell you something about myself that no one else knows.
You nailed it, partner.
I fucking pissed myself, okay?
Wait.
I pissed myself when I was in the initiation of joining Alador's gang, but I quickly changed my pants and put them in someone else's locker, and that guy got in trouble for pissing himself, and now he's dead.
Hey.
So yeah, that's a thing that I did.
Hey,
I guess.
you shouldn't feel bad about that. Almost everyone in our group at some point has either wet themselves or appeared to wet themselves or prepared for the eventuality. So you should feel...
Jacob has a 1,000-yard stare right now.
Is Anu saying that while like dangling on the rope on the edge?
Hey, you shouldn't feel bad about that, man. It's like clanging as
I bought a change of common clothes when we were at the market for just such an occasion. Do not be embarrassed.
Okay, are you gonna try and go over the?
Frank's gonna go over, do his thing. Ooh, it was acrobatics or stealth first.
Stealth first, please.
Stealth is a 7.
Okay, roll me a d6, please.
Hoorah! 5.
A 5.
What the fuck?
Okay.
Such a commotion over this giant.
This is
Wow.
impossible.
You can either do an athletics or acrobatics check. It's up to you.
Acrobatics for 8.
You don't make it over either. Jesus Christ, you guys. All right, we're going to cut back to the bakery. This is fun.
This is all supposed to be like a 10-minute sequence just to get us like warmed up, and we just can't pass anything.
Can't get over the hill. This is fucked. McGinty, you've got your bakery shuttered for the day. Harriet's cleaning up. She's like, "Is everything okay, honey? I don't know why we shut so early." You know?
I ruined 2 batches, Harriet.
Ernest, I mean, it's okay. We all slip up.
I've never ruined 2 batches in one day, in one morning.
I know that. But you know, Ernest, things are changing in this town. Things are getting tough. It's bound to take its toll on anyone. I don't worry about it too much.
I just don't want, the danger, the other violence, all of the stuff encroaching into this bakery. I want to keep them separate.
I know that, honey. I know that. It can be tough, and I hope to God that things balance out for us soon and that we can go back to just living our life. But, Ernest, I want you to do what you believe is right. And sometimes that comes at the cost of a few butter tarts, and if so, so be it. So be it. You've done good things these last few days.
Can I be honest with you, Harriet?
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember printing that many coupons. Like, there were so many people here. It was... And they got so many free butter tarts.
I know that. Ernest, it's just... If you remember, I told you I would handle the promotion, and then things got a little crazy with the town, so I'm sorry I was a bit more generous than I should have been.
Oh, no, I could never be mad at you. You'll always have more of a head for customer service than I do,
Well, that's why we're a good team. And she sort of like gives you a little like jokingly punch and then embraces you. We cut back to the fools in the road.
When are we coming back to us, though?
Fools and horses.
Anus goes over to Jacob and he says, "Look, this hasn't exactly been our morning. But let me tell you, our friend, old McGinty, is going to have so many warm butter tarts waiting for us, fresh from the oven. As soon as we get there, we are going to feast like you have never eaten before. Now, to give me just a little boost of information, Jacob, I want you to tell me something that you tell everybody."
Jacob slowly turns to you. He was clearly like haunted by what he said before.
Tell me something you're
like,
proud of.
I like how I'm good at smithing something.
That's awesome,
sometimes.
man. Yeah. Keep that up.
He has a 1,000-yard stare again.
But seriously, no, I would like you to give me a boost, because that climb was very difficult.
Sure. So okay. He's gonna give you a help action. I'm gonna get you to roll. Well, I'll get you to roll your stealth check first. You're gonna roll that with advantage because I think Jacob's a crafty little bandit boy.
With advantage, does that just cancel out my disadvantage for the? Okay,
That's correct.
Still horrible. I got a 6.
Yeah. So not good.
I'll roll that D6 for
Roll
you.
a D6, please.
3.
Thank you. 3. Okay. And then I'll get you to roll your acrobatics or athletics.
Is that with advantage with the help or just?
It
normal?
sure is. Yeah.
God damn. Okay, finally. I got a dirty 20.
Dirty 20, Anus. You make it up and over with that. You're on the other
Keep
side.
smithing, Jacob.
If you want, you can give me a sleight of hand check to try and grab the note as you're going over.
Yeah, on the way
do you
down,
wanna do it?
time sort of slows, and I'm like, oh yeah, and then I reach out to try to grab it. But it's only an
Give me a
8.
sleight of hand check. It's only an 8. All right. It's you get a corner of it. Frank, are you gonna let Jacob help you?
Oh, I'm gonna let him.
All right, give me a stealth check with advantage, please.
With advantage, thank God. No, my power dice. 16.
16, that's just fine. And then I'm gonna get you to please give me a acrobatics or athletics check.
Acrobatics, 18.
18. Give me a sleight of hand to try and grab that note.
He's gonna try to mimic everything a noose did, word for word. The oh yeah comes in even slower.
Okay, McGinty turns on his true unity right at this moment. And so the first thing he hears is
Oh,
Frank saying this.
Frank rolled a 1 on the grab.
Oh my God. Okay, so Frank misses and lands hard on the ground. Frank, roll me a d4.
Oh, buddy, all right. Whew. 4, the best number there is.
You take 4 points of bludgeoning damage because you fell and landed on your arm trying to grab the note.
That sounds about right.
Okay, Rail, are you gonna try and grab the note, or are you guys gonna just move on out? Jacob flip like handedly makes it over, just crawls right up over. It's like, I guess I'll have to come back for my carriage later.
So I'm standing there and I see a noose go over, try to grab the note as I'm reaching for it and misses. And then Frank comes over and does the exact same thing.
You know what? Jacob, as he's coming over, is like, oh, that thing? Climbs back up, grabs it, comes back down.
Oh, and then I take out my bow and arrow and then shoot the note out of Jacob's hand onto the ground. Like, that was my job, you bitch.
Oh. I'm so sorry. A little bit of pee comes out, but nobody notices. You look at the note. You see that the note is entirely red with a white dot in the center. And Jacob looks at you guys and goes, he's back. McGinty, I think you remember that as you guys spoke yesterday, you mentioned that you would meet up at the hideout to try and convene about the tome of sigils and houses and figure out what was going on with that F. Do you want to make your way down to Alador's hideout?
So
or Lorenzo's
he's
hideout?
going to turn on like true unity. He hears Frank.
Right.
And he
Hears
just
Frank
he
say,
just
"Oh,
sends
yeah."
out like, am I within range to communicate or am I too far away?
We'll say sure. Yeah. I think
Just like
yeah.
Hey people, I'm
It's a bit spotty, the connection.
why don't we, and then we can meet at Terrible Tarts. Too cold. He shuts it off and he'll keep it on. He'll grab he'll scrounge up. He's got 5 of the worst tarts still left. He scrapes them into a bag and then he heads out towards the hideout.
Anus says to Jacob, hear that, Jacob? Berry full tarts. We are going to be eating all the tarts you can hope for.
Jacob does not have true unity and is like, what are you talking about? Jacob tells you guys to follow him, and you guys make your way into the town. As you guys are working your way through the town, both of you, either from McGinty's side or from the other trio, you guys can see that things are starting to get pretty lively. There's a lot more energy in the town, and people are, things seem to be moving a little quicker. As you guys get up to the hideout, McGinty, you're walking up from one side. The three of you are walking up from the other, plus Jacob. And you see Alador is there to greet you. You see some bandits have also returned, though there are considerably fewer than there were before, and the ones that are there are all dressed in black garb. Alador says, friends, I'm excited to see you back so soon, and in a way, all together at that. Did you find out who was behind this sad display?
Well, there was a pretty vile barber who we discovered, and he seemed to be, pretty vicious, so we weren't sure if it goes any higher than him, but we did take care of that guy.
Right. A vile barber, you say? Well, my friends, that's scary. You see that Alador sort of, his brow furrows a bit, and he's kind of thinking, he's like, seems quite confusing to me.
Hey there, Alador. Are you doing any better? I think last time we talked, you were crying a lot, and you weren't feeling good, and you were sad.
I mean, dealing with the loss of some of my compatriots was not an easy thing to do, but I am starting to feel a little better. Thank you for asking.
If you want to bring it in, I'm more than happy to give you a hug.
I'm quite all right, thank you. And he sort of says, well, if you have any more information, please always let me know.
McGinty's gonna hold up, he drew the symbol on a piece of parchment, the F.
Sure.
And he's gonna hold it up. He's gonna go, this ring any bells, Amador?
Alador looks at it closely. He kind of like reaches out to take it and kind of studies it closely, and says, I will think on this, and is about to walk away and then stops and says, wait a minute. Of course I forgot. There's more important news afoot, my friends. There's somebody I would very much like you to meet. And he opens the door to the hideout, which has actually been decently fixed back up. The bodies and such are gone. And as you guys kind of walk in there, there's a large table in the center of the room. And across the table is a man staring intently at many papers spread out across the desk. His slightly slender frame seems to give off much more presence than one would maybe expect from someone of his stature. He wears a dark gray collared shirt with a brass chest plate in front of it. And as you enter, you can see he has dark brown skin with shockingly white hair. His hair is on the long side of short and combed back behind his pointed elven ears. His piercing green eyes look up to meet yours, and he stands upright. It's a bit cold in here. Has anyone seen my jacket? He looks at you, Rael, who still has his red jacket.
No, I haven't seen it. Finders keepers.
True unity. I'm like, I think maybe we should play nice. This seems like an important figure.
McGinty's like, this is Lorenzo Pyre, very influential in the rebel circuits. I agree. I think we should stay on his good side.
And then Frank will kind of cut in. All right, Riel, if you got that mirror outfit, now's the time.
I think maybe we got lucky that one time. Man.
Yeah, I want to really insist here that we don't try to sort of fuck with the leader of the very powerful revolutionaries.
Now the metal boy has some very nice jackets. So if you give him this one, I'm sure we can get you one that's even better.
Okay, Rail sucks and looks to the ground and kicks some dirt, and then reluctantly offers the jacket over to this individual, whom we're assuming is Lorenzo.
Sorry, Anus is gonna just fix the dirt that she kicked. He's going to push it back into where it was.
Lorenzo Pyre strides forward, takes the jacket from you, and says, "Thank you. Revolution is upon us, my friends. Taking me hostage was the most foolish thing the Goldforths could have done. You see, I have learned where their power lies. Obviously, you're here, and I recognize you as allies of my cause, the Pale Hope. The Pale Hope has spent much time, energy, and blood fighting the Tall Guard and the Goldforths. Many of us have lost fighters, friends, and family to the Tall Guard, but in my captivity, I had no one else to converse with, so I spoke with my rather, massive captors. You know, it's funny. There's some things that people think they know about the way things work in this city, and then there's the truth. It has been thought for a long time that the Goldforths formed an alliance with the giant leaders to employ the Tall Guard, but that is not so. These giants that had held me captive spoke of an ancient staff that bends the wills of giant folk. They called it the Staff of Idris. I promised my giant captors I would return the Staff of Idris to them and set them free. All we had to do was fake my escape. And he, sort of looks at the note that Rael had and sort of, indicates, yes. I see that you may have encountered some of my handiwork. When we called on the townsfolk to join together, we sought out the boldest in Willowhelm. The Pale Hope needs people like you in its ranks. McGinty, word of your strong conviction and keen mind for strategy in business made it to my ears quite quickly. Been paying close attention to you. And more recently, and he turns to you, Rael, and he says, whispers of an intimidating and mysterious dark figure from the woods had caught my attention. Seems to be referring to you. What is your name?
Very sheepishly, for some reason, Rael is super shy at this moment and blushing and just can't look him in the eye and just peeps out, Rael?
Pleasure to meet you, Rael. He takes your hand and sort of kisses it and then goes over and looks at Frank, who's got his skull t-shirt on and his wild old man hair. And you must be Frank the Bloodpath Abomination. With a name like that, I just knew you'd be right for the cause. And he turns to Anus and, wait a minute. What is your name?
I'm Anus Dweezil, sir. At your service.
Good Lord. And you see that Lorenzo sort of stands back for a second and seems a bit taken aback. And then he says, you really do look just like him. And he grabs your face in his hands and he sort of holds it and looks into your eyes and says, it is my deep, deep desire that all followers of Mother join the Pale Hope to bring justice to the realm.
Wait, there are other followers of Mother?
Oh, young boy. Oh, you have so much to learn. And he steps back and says, as you have likely observed, friends, given the destructive display of authority we saw at the bell tower, my active ranks have dwindled slightly, not to mention the mysterious butchering of Alador's men. Regardless, if the Goldforths are to be brought to justice, it must be done with haste. News of a new dangerous ally in their ranks means they could be more powerful than ever, and they must be stopped. News of my escape will not have reached the Goldforths' ears just yet, so the time to strike is now.
The whole time, Frank had his hand out for a handshake, and just has been waiting and still waiting for Lorenzo to acknowledge him.
Lorenzo doesn't, he keeps missing it. It looks like he's going for it a few different times, and he just keeps turning. And he's like, are you with me, friends? And that is where we will end our session.
Woo!
What?
So we don't know whether we're with him yet, because we didn't make that choice.
No.
Next time, Next time we're gonna be like, you know what, we're good.
Yeah, I got a lot of cleaning to do in my kitchen.
The entire next episode will be us like rolling to say yes and failing over and over.
Roll to agree.
Thank you so much for listening, folks. As always, you can check us out on social media. That's at WWDITB, What We Do in the Basement. We are on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all those things. Podcast episodes drop every 2 weeks on Wednesday. Please make sure to give us 5 stars on the Apple Podcasts, or, just give us a strong review. Tell your friends, and if you enjoy it, post about it, all that fun stuff to give us your support. I have been Kevin Rambaran saying goodbye. That was Thomas Tolles.
Hello, goodbye.
That was Jesse Bergen.
Goodbye.
That was Luke Cessalon.
Frank Well.
Wow. And that was Natasha Durant.
Cheers.
That was the best
Thomas,
yet.
Thomas, do you have a quote for us?
I do. I found a Gordon Ramsay insult generator, and using my birthday and my name, the quote that was generated is, "Move your ass, you fat-mouthed fat ass."
We'll see you next time in the basement.
Fat mouth. Calling someone a fat mouth fat ass.
Mouth and fat